gym music, noise, whatever thing you listen to while you're in your workout to preserve your mental stability. That is what we're gonna be covering in this video. Everything that ranges from the common music genres, video game OSTs, and then all the way up to podcasts and mummy ASMR. I'm gonna be having a word with every single type of audio that you guys dabble with, and I will be ranking them based off of how nicely they can get you through a workout session, you know. Actually, you know, I do have a theory. I have like this classification, right? I think there's two types of gym music. The first one keeps you from crumbling down mentally from the physical stress, and the other one that forces you to push through that one last rep in your failure set.
Yo, this is me editing this video from like 7 in the morning, and I'm just gonna say that those categories have absolutely no purpose in this video. Alright, sick. Bye bye.
Now before we start, you gotta help me get 1k before the end of 2026, man. If you're rocking by watching my content for the first time, you gotta like, subscribe, comment down below what you listen to in each gym session. I wanna check out all of your traits, boy. I mostly yap in the type of videos that I make, but I also do some code, I also do some game dev, gaming, all that bullshit. You know, the type of shit that interesting people do. So, cool kids, boys and girls, rack up. Okay, wait, that kind of sounds weird. Men, women, come over. We're gonna get in. No, but... Fuck! We're gonna... Let's just fucking start, bro. Oh my days. White girl music. Mainstream pop. The type of shit that plays as the default in the gym radios. Now, I don't know about you, but I have this impression. No, yeah, I've got this one impression, right? That the people who listen to white girl music in gym sessions definitely love partying. They definitely do, 100%. It's weird because they're the same type of people that would hog a machine and they probably rest for about like more than 10 minutes between sets. Not because they're doom scrolling, but they're probably chatting with their friends for the entire 10 minutes or plus, you know? These guys definitely do not measure their rest times. They don't. They just don't. Brother, I don't have a good impression on people who listen to white girl music. If you're not here for a good nice, you know, tiring, exhausting workout with no distractions whatsoever, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out of here, bro. And when you're having that kind of rest sessions, then white girl music is definitely not proving to be a good supplement for your gym session, you know? Okay, you know what? Let's change the scenario. Let's say you're like hella locked in, right? You're hella locked in, white girl music, fucking California girls blasting into your ears on loop for like the next 30 minutes. And you know what? I can't imagine the spirit going up. I can't imagine the spirit going up because, you know, this type of music is the type of shit that gets you going like, yeah, let's go. And I think that would help in theory with your gym sessions. But the type of shit I'm seeing with white girl music listeners in practice is not okay. It's honestly not okay. I'm gonna put you in B. I'll put you in B. I'll spare the yellow and the greens, but I'll give you a B. Motivational content. We're talking those guys, those muscular ass guys that sit you down, elbow on knee with that little ass microphone and those wide earphones. They speak into that shit and go, yo, you're looking low-key retarded and malnourished at the same time. You gotta look the fuck in. Bro, I cannot for the life of me make motivational speak videos, bro. I am never doing that again. But you know what I mean? Like, you know the kind of content that I'm talking about. I'm not talking about like specifically like the Andrew Tate, red pill kind of content. I'm not talking about just that. I'm talking about all those videos that specifically try really damn hard to teach you discipline. But then okay, the one disadvantage of these kinds of videos is that by the time you finish watching that video, you're still on YouTube. That's the thing. So when you're like, I'm motivated now, I'm gonna go do something hella productive, you close that video and now you're back on the YouTube homepage, so you end up doom scrolling again. When you don't have that disadvantage, i.e. when you're in the gym, like in an environment where you're basically forced to do or be productive in a physical way, right? That disadvantage is completely gone. It flips to use its biggest weapon, which is motivation. right? Speaking stoicism to people. Now, I think this is really good. Like, unless you're hella depressed, I'd call it like physical and mental overload just at the same time if you're listening to motivational videos like this. So it's not really for everyone. It's not for like literally everyone. Like if you're giga depressed, I wouldn't recommend this because if you're putting too much stress on both sides, then maybe you'll crumble down. Oh yeah, it's also not for people who are like not actively seeking stoicism or like discipline or whatever. You're being like, you know, yo, I need to lock in. Those like nonchalant people that always are like, yo, I gotta lock in. I'm doing what I need to do. Like those types of people. For those types of people, it's perfect. It's absolute crisp. I've listened to this shit. I listened to this shit on the treadmills. I've never really listened to those kinds of videos mid gym session. Or like in the like right in the middle of the gym session. Like in cool downs, I've listened to this shit. I'm like, oh yo, I can keep running. I can keep running for days, and then end up only doing okay. But yeah, no, I like this. I like this. I'll put it in A. I'll put it in A just because it's not for everybody, but it's got S potential. I'll give you that. Heavy metal or like rock, funk, whatever you like those types of genres that give you like a shitload of noise. Like when people think of gym music, they think of these kinds of genres first thing. My opinion on this is that it's a double-edged sword. On one hand, hell yeah, you got a shitload of sound getting blasted in, right? You're getting so much stimulus making you hit that PR ever so nicely. But on the other hand, I feel like when you're not in the mood, like, okay, heavy metal is so good at accelerating your current mood. So if you're in a good mood, you'd get so much out of this. But when you're walking into the gym being like, yo, I kind of don't want to work out. I just want to run, like have a quick jog on the treads and then go home straight. If you're in that kind of mentality, putting on heavy metal feels like just putting on extra noise. It gets so annoying at some point. Like it doesn't bring my mood up. It doesn't bring up my motivation to get to the dumbbells. It tells me, shut the fuck up. I just want to go home now. Yeah, that's what I mean by like double-edged sword. Sure, it's like hella overrated, but like when you get the benefits, you do get the benefits. It's really good. I think this goes to a B. Like it can range from here to here. It could go both ways, so I'm gonna put it right in between. No music. Now let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story based on me, myself, and I. There was this one point in my life when my earphone adapters were completely broken, so I couldn't connect my earphones to my phone, so I couldn't listen to any bit of new music. And I couldn't be asked to order another one for like 4 straight months, so I deadass went into the gym with absolutely nothing on my ears for 4 straight months. And I'm gonna tell you what, when a human being gets put in a certain condition for 4 months straight, you're getting the blessings of the indomitable human spirit and human adaptability for you to adjust yourself to that kind of environment. In my case, it was, bro, I just started making up my playlist in my head. Like I could control the music playing in my head and it was all in my mind. I can make beats up and it would sound cool in my head. I could just have anime openings lingering around my head and I would just do enough, bro. It would give me the dopamine, it would get me the motivation enough for me to get by each session. Now, is that the only benefit of having no music? I mean, not really. And I think this is a benefit. I think this is a benefit because it basically tells your brain to work a bit harder than when music is being played for you. When you have no music on, like, it's easier to be in the gym and go into the shower thought state. It actually made my gym sessions really good for, like, coming up with new ideas and shit, coming up with new things. When you're like, holy shit, how did I not think of this 10 fucking months ago? That's not even the only benefit, right? I feel like the type of people who don't listen to any music at all in the gym either just like the gym radio as it is, or they just like the background sound of, like, let's say, like people having conversations or like weights crashing down because some guy failed the PR, or even better, they did their PR and then just dropped the weight right after. Some people just like the background noise of like the machines going clickety clackety and the dumbbells going crashing down on the floor, and I respect that. There's literally nothing wrong with going without music. Like, sure, you won't be able to, like, you don't have a choice on what you listen to, But like in all fairness, that in itself like has its own beauty. So I'm gonna put this in A. This is solid. Actually, you know what? You can go in S. You can go in S. I did enjoy those 4 months, you know. I'll tell you that. Anime openings. The thing about anime openings in general is that, yeah, the hype and motivation you get from the openings is directly proportional to how much you liked that anime. Like, if you liked the show, like, if you watched the entirety of Naruto and Naruto Shippuden, the moment Silhouette starts playing, you would start blasting through your set. Bro, you're gonna be doing like 5 reps back to back on your PR weight. But let's say you go in, like, you stumble across some like random anime openings playlist to put on your gym sessions. As soon as an opening of an anime that you have absolutely no idea about comes up, it just becomes mundane noise, I feel like. So again, yeah, this is also like a double-edged sword kind of thing. Because I either be like, yo, JJK opening's playing, I'm basically Toji Fushiguro, bro, and then just starts beating the shit out of the dumbbells. Or you could be like, yo, why the fuck is this guy speaking Chinese into my ears? And then you'd throw away your earphones right then and there. I'll put it on the top of B. Weebcore. Okay, let's talk about the other side of anime. You know, the core otaku spirit stuff. And we're going to be talking through a philosophy that I just made up. First of all, let me just give you a hot take, right? Can we separate the anime community between the guys who are into shonen and then everybody else? Because clearly they have a completely different set of interests. Because I'm going to be real with you, like, if you're talking mainstream animes, like 99% of them are shonen. Okay, maybe Freeman, like, leaks in as the 1%. But like, when you go outside and when you talk about anime to some random ass white guys, he's gonna answer within the range of Naruto, Bleach, Berserk, and then like, okay, some motherfucker can't just run in there, right, and then say, my favorite anime is Shoujo Ramune. Okay, that was a terrible example, but anyways, yeah, the reason why I said that is because it also reflects in their openings as well. Okay, there are 2 types of motivation. Motivation through masculinity and motivation through femininity. The former works by thinking about the ideal man that you ever so want to be, or thinking about a big buff man. And what that results in is a consistent feeling of discipline, the consistent want for self-improvement. But let me tell you the greatness of Weebcore. So let's say you lift up the barbell. Okay, you're trying to do a PR. You're trying to update your 1 rep max. And then let's do bench for an example, right? You bring the weight down and it doesn't feel like it's coming up. But the moment you start hearing a collection of cute anime girls speaking absolute gibberish, that's when you know that you're bringing that shit up. That's when you know that you ain't letting anybody down. You see, you're gonna occasionally get that little burst of energy sometimes, you know? And that burst of energy always comes from when you got a motherfucker speaking Zako, 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 Zako. I'm a fucking monster when it comes to that shit. Brother, once we start hearing those wise words of hura hura, I will become an absolute monster when I hear that shit in my ears. Once they hear a group of cute anime girls, singing about something that you have absolutely no idea about, what you will witness in the next 10 seconds, they become monsters. They, like, I don't know how else to describe it, but they become incarnates of the devil. They become slayer of all evil. They become destroyer of all pussy, and they become the conqueror of all weight. Oh, there is no other source of this kind of alien, special type of energy that you can't even comprehend. There is no other source other than getting a cute anime girl whispering into your ears absolute bullshit and gibberish. When these girls yap, you know it's time. You know it's time for you to shine in the gym. Oh, confident Esther. Beautiful. The absolute pinnacle of human crafts. ASMR. I mean, that's the thing. Look, I personally don't like ASMR, especially for gym noise, because it's too slow. It's too slow and it's too quiet. And also I just feel really uncomfortable when someone blows into my ears. But I know a guy in person. This guy is very deep into the mummy ASMR hobbies. Whenever this guy sits down on a bench, he puts on mummy ASMR. Whenever I drag his ass out to do legs for the first time in 3 whole fucking years, he puts on mummy ASMR. And you know what's crazy? You know it's crazy when this man has been going for just about the same amount of time as I have and lifts significantly greater weights than I do. There's a mysterious source of power that I do not understand from this kind of content. That mummy ASMR just like it radiates of something. It radiates of something that I can never comprehend. But I know someone who has unleashed their beast listening to this shit. And so I believe in this power. I believe in its potential. I believe in what it can do. And I believe that it can be on par with a big muscular man telling you to lock the fuck in. I'm seeing it. I see your vision. I just don't like it myself. Podcasts. I respect people who listen to podcasts. Because what they want is they want to listen to people's conversations. But they don't want to disturb everyone else in the gym by having a chit chat with someone else, some other random guy. So as a good alternative, you would listen to podcasts. I'm pretty sure these people would go by just as well when having absolutely nothing on their earphones as well. But when they're listening to podcasts, what happens with their brain is what happens with your brain is that you start thinking around that podcast, right? You start having thoughts and opinions about what this guy is speaking in the background. And when your mind moves that way, when your brain gets distracted away from the physical stress, I think it gets you by. Like, how I was talking about the 2 categories of how music can motivate you? I think this is the prime example of the type of content that you listen to keep yourself going. Not to smash records, not to do sets until your muscle fibers are literally destroyed and gone into atoms. It's literally to get you by the entire session and keep you going on the way home. And for that reason, I respect it. I respect it. Because I don't see anything bad about people who listen to podcasts. Unless they're on about some crazy shit. Okay, maybe it depends on the subject. But when you have a subject that you're listening to, your brain just gets autopilot towards thinking about that subject. And then it distracts you from the physical labor that you're doing right now. So as gym music, as gym noise for you to utilize, it's a really good option. It's a very good option. I'll put it on A. Video game music. Now, my opinion on this is kind of similar to anime openings, right? You have to associate the game the OST is coming from with the OST when you're listening to it. So if you like the game and if you like the OST of it and you listen to that shit in the gym, it gets you by. It gets you by really nicely. The advantage that video game OSTs have over anime openings is that OSTs are normally specifically designed to directly inject your mind with the type of experience, the type of world that the game is trying to provide to you. So when you listen to video game OSTs outside in the gym, you're already dipping your toes into that kind of experience. Isn't that kind of cool? While you're getting stronger, while you're physically doing workouts in the gym, you're getting the direct feels of whatever video game that you enjoyed, the one that gave you the biggest hit of dopamine. Once you get stuck in that mental world mid-gym session, oh hell nah. People should stay away from you because at that point you've already done your own domain expansion. You got that sure hit effect of repping till failure consistently on until the end of the session. That's usually how it goes. If you enjoy the game, you enjoy the music, and maybe vice versa. This goes on top. I mean, I don't know, man. Okay, Mummy ASMR is too magical to put this on top. I can't lie. I don't know. I don't know what kind of secret potential this could go S. This could go to S and this could go down. I'm not sure. I fear this. This is scary, bro. Caramelldansen. S. Oh my days. Dance on me balls, bro. Holy. Now, okay. I'm gonna give you a true story here, right? My usual routine with my pull day, right, is I start my routine off with pull-ups. And usually on my first set, I can barely do about 10 reps, right? But there was this one special day. Where I was able to like dish out 13. That was the one day, I distinctly remember this. I started the set when like a Spotify ad was playing because I'm a broke ass motherfucker and I can't afford Spotify Premium. The ad just ended. It started playing Caramelldansen. It started playing around like the second or third rep. And then like, I just don't remember the rest until like doing pull-ups felt like just counting numbers. Like it literally felt like counting numbers. And by the time I was off the rack, I dished out that big 13. Oh! The sheer amount of testosterone boost that you get from this one specific piece of media is absolute cinema. Yes! Classical music. Ah yes. Two chest muscles, both alike in dignity. When two star-crossed deltoids take their lives. Oh, how the mind stays calm, but the body stays rampant. Oh, how the muscles twitch and rip apart, but your brain feels ever so tranquil and ever so wise. Ah, the beauty. Ah, the physical beauty of my physical prowess. It all derives from my superior taste in musical motion. Now get this shit off your ears, bro. I know for a fact you ain't listening to this shit. And there you go. That concludes the gym music tier list. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment down below what you regularly listen to in the gym. And for every subscriber I get from this video, I'm going to be doing one extra rep of pull-ups in my next gym session, which is right now. Okay, bye.